thank God for help, for His strength. Before we enter into the academic seminar, just to raise one or two issues before, just to kick us off. It's part of the seminar actually. I will read Lamentations chapter 2, you are there. Let's read it. Just to read. Are you in Lamentations now? Lamentations chapter 2. Are you there? I read verse 11 and verse 12. My eyes fail from weeping. I am in torment within. My heart is poured out on the ground because my people are destroyed. Because the children and infants faint in the streets of the city. They say to their mothers, "Where is bread and wine?" as they faint like wounded men in the streets of the city, as their lives ebb away in their mother's arms. Just to describe what is going on in our country, in Nigeria, we see destruction. We see people that are just wasting. Now, when you leave this meeting, just go around in the place where you live. You will see strong men in their youth just sitting around and doing nothing. That is our workforce wasted there. And even for some of us that are parents, whose children have gone to school, I can remember very well that when I finished secondary school and I entered the A-levels, I can't remember how many times my parents supported me financially anymore, because I was self-sustaining. But today, a child has graduated from university. This member says, they're asking their father, where is bread? Where is wine? I don't know your own experiences. That somebody has graduated from the university, and if he's so finished, you have to, as a parent, you have to buy something for him. You have to buy shoe for him, because there is nothing to do. That is such a waste. For that reason, this man said he is crying for his people. Look at another scripture finally before we start our seminar. In Jeremiah chapter 14. Are you ready, Jeremiah? Just a book before Lamentation. Are you ready? Yes, I want to read chapter 14, verse 1 to 3. This is the word of the Lord to Jeremiah concerning the drought. I don't know whether you know that Nigeria is facing a drought. Yeah? We're talking about drought from a lack of rain. There is dryness in the land. My small daughter said, she has a self-provision that there is hunger in the land. She just in GS2. There is hunger in the land. I said, just some weeks ago I brought something. He said, I don't know what is happening. There is hunger in the land. You know there is drought in this land. There is drought. I have said Nigerians are very hard people. I'm imagining that if you brought a Briton to live under the condition we are living in, he will crash in less than 6 months. Or an American, for example, come and live under our condition. They will not survive it all. There is drought in the land. Things are dry. Everywhere you go, things are difficult. There is drought. Now look at the Bible. In verse 2 it says, Judah mourns, her cities languish. They wail for the land, and a cry goes up from Jerusalem. Look at verse 3. The nobles send their servants for water. They go to the cisterns, but find no water. They return with their jars unfilled. Dismayed and despairing, they cover their heads. Parents who already knew that education is good, they have sent their children to school. Like this people say, they sent their servants to the cisterns to get water. But they went there, and there is no water. And they are going back home with their empty jars. Everybody is just confused. Now let's leave Judah alone. In the place where I live, in the morning, just stand by the roadside and watch. Young children, they are going, parents are carrying motorcycles, school buses are going up and down to drop children. In fact, there are some schools. You see the road, if their uniform is white, the road just turns white in the morning. As they are going on this side, going on that side, they go to school. In the afternoon, they return the same thing. But have you not wondered? Me, I have wondered. They have gone to school where we thought they have been made. Unfortunately, they went there and came back empty-handed. Somebody is going to write my egg. And as he's going on the road to go and write, we stop to say, hey, what paper are you going to write today? He doesn't know. They have gone to school, but they came back with nothing. They have gone to school, but they are not going back. I'm wondering what happens. That the child will be in school, primary school, for 6 years, and then at the end of the day, he cannot wait. I said, what happened? My father didn't go to school, but missionaries taught him how to read Bible. And when we were children, there was this foolishness that was reigning at that time. That those that went to school, when they come back, they come and say there is no God. At that time, you remember, the elders will remember. When people are very educated, they come and say there is no God. So my father said, my father's policy of education is very, very, very serious. You have to do there's there's entry requirement to primary school in my father's house. You know the entry requirement? You know the entry requirement? I tell you, the one qualifies to go and start primary one in my father's house is that you are able to read the Bible in local language. Yes. So he said before they will tell there is no God, we must catch it from home first. And so at age 6, there is this local language reader manual that he buys. And I can't remember, it didn't take months. My father taught me how to read in the local language. Then I started reading the Bible before I entered primary 1. And before I went to primary 1, I had taught a grown man, an adult, how to read the local language before I entered primary 1. So how is it now? And all of this took place within 1 year. I don't know, I couldn't keep record because I think I was about 6 years, 7 years later, I can't remember exactly. Within that 1 year, they had taught me how to read. Within that 1 year, I taught somebody how to read. I didn't say I had to do that time, but I have not entered primary 1 yet. So how is it now that this child can be in primary school for 6 years and he cannot read? What happened? What happened? Then in secondary school, 6 years, they cannot read. I'm asking, is it imaginable? Something is a problem. They went to the schools, they came back empty-handed. And for that reason, everybody is crying. Jerusalem is mourning. Bethlehem is mourning. Everybody is in trouble. And that is the reason why we have come to do this workshop. Now let me ask you, as you are registering in that place, how much are they collecting for your hands? Nothing. Okay. But I must tell you that this program that is being on here is costing.
Yes.
I normally would not talk like this, but just permit me to be foolish for a little while. When this man came to my house, he traced me to my house. I was telling me his body for teachers. And I couldn't understand. Why is he running like this? He left Abuja yesterday and came here, isn't it?
Yes.
I also left Abuja and came. Because I know that in his thinking, he wants to do something that will push Nigeria from where it is now to a height. That's why he's doing this. It's costing him his life. Now, I threw a challenge to some people who were doing trainings like this. I said, look, this thing you see me doing now is my life. How to see the teachers move from where we are now to doing it correctly is my life. I'm living for it. So I thought some people were training somewhere in the and I said, look, as far as teachers and encouragement is concerned, anywhere you are, just give a call. I'll be there. You thought I was joking. And like I was telling somebody yesterday, I sat in my house in Akwanga and the call came. So I'm calling from Port Harcourt that they have spoken to a certain group of teachers and they have set a date. So I'm going to say if I gather, I should call you. This is the date. That's okay. Just explain that I'll be there. And the time came. I entered Akwanga and drove all the way to Port Harcourt just to do this thing that I'm doing now. This year in March, a call came from Borno State. I was there in March to this thing that I'm doing now. So it is very heavy on our hearts. Because we know that if we don't do this thing now, all of us will shed tears tomorrow. What we are doing now, we are preventing a collapse. We are preventing a catastrophe. No, one day I was preaching somewhere and we read the Bible. And I was dealing with an issue that, look, if you want to cry at the time when things have a space to be changed. Do you know that Hophni, the son of Eli, that those spirits that were misbehaving in the temple, sleeping with the women that were coming and all of that, you know? One day came, they died in battle. Isn't it?
Yes.
And the wife at home entered into one emergency labor. Remember that woman? Yeah. And she gave birth to a child. And she named the child what? Ichabod. That the glory has departed from Israel. She died in the process. Oh, and I was asking myself a question. What effort did she make when the husband was misbehaving that time? That would have been the time to cry. Isn't it? That would have been the time to raise her lamp. She didn't cry that time. Now she is crying. Did her cry bring any change? Did it solve any problem? No. She has cried too late. In the day when Esau was supposed to endure hunger and do whatever is difficult, I can imagine. Just he collected one plate of food and his birthright sold. It looked as if nothing was wrong that time. Just like teachers are not doing their work now, and it seems as if nothing is happening now. I mean, the day is coming. When the day of blessing came, and Esau discovered that look, what he did years ago has borne fruit, and the fruit is costing him his birthright, and the blessing would have got him. You know, the Bible said he cried with bitter tears. Now, what did he cry of Esau? What did it advantage of what news was his cry at that time? That was a cry he should have cried many years ago. Isn't it? He did it. I wish that we will arise and do something now when something is still having opportunity to be done. Or else, all of us, we are going to be crying with some bitter tears, but unfortunately, at first times, many of us say we don't have strength to do anything. And you'll be watching with your eyes how things are just going around you, and there is nothing you can do. Today, you can do something. You can do something. And you know the call that you could give this morning, I was telling you this one, that call that you call, whether you can find out way to this place or not. You know, I told you, I said that call confused me. You know what happened? You know what happened? A group of teachers in Latvia were negotiating with them, they are gathering teachers. I'm supposed to be with them next week. I spoke with them yesterday. So when I saw this number, you know, I didn't enjoy this, it wasn't carrying me. And I said, the teachers conference. In my heart, I said, wonderful, is it today? That means I was supposed to be in Latvia. Hey, and I'm not there, I'm not what to do now. Then when you say, okay, when I have your I say, okay, that God is the one here. So this thing that you see me doing here now is what I do all my life. And by the grace of God, I paid the cost. When I travel to Port Harcourt, I'm not expecting them to transform in that when I went to Borno State, I paid the cost. But this is my own role in national transformation. And I want to recruit all of you. Because you see, all of you look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Can you see it? Is it good looking? Is it good looking? Now, if anybody wants to describe this hall, they will not say ceiling broke. They will say that hall is not good. Is that not what they will say?
Yeah.
That hall is not good. Meanwhile, the wall is good. Is the wall not good?
It's good.
Look at the floor, is the floor not good?
It's good.
But because there is something somewhere in the hall, it has brought the glory of both the floor and the roof and the wall and the windows that are in that. It has spoiled everything now. So if this thing collapses, all of us, we are going to be in trouble for it. I pray that we will not need to see that day.
Amen.
And not the amen is translated into stand up and walk. Alright?
Yes.
Stand up and walk. And the children you see the children today. Now they are good. One day I was watching my old son. Sometimes he's driving, and if I go somewhere I want to use two vehicles, sometimes he's driving in front and driving at the back. Then when I say, what is that? It was this one, this is where I was holding just now like this. So between that time and now, if he has spoiled, you can have spoiled already. Isn't it? It doesn't take that much. So stand up and walk. And now is the time. Did you hear me?
Yes.
Now is the time. Don't wait. If you wait, calamity is coming. I'm telling you, catastrophe is coming. And nobody will escape it. The only thing that must be done now is to ensure that teachers are on their toes, making sure that the future is safeguarded. Praise the Lord. So, this morning, again, I have to apologize. I don't know how it escaped my heart. Normally, would have been using the projector, but I didn't know how it escaped our mind. We came with that projector and all of that. So that's why you see me struggling with the system here, the way it is. So what I'm doing this morning is enhancing meaningful learning. Teaching to enhance meaningful learning. Yesterday we looked at the issue of objectives, and we are saying, look, let's teach the higher order cognitive domain so that our learners can engage in critical thinking. Meaningful learning. I will not worry about listening where I stop. It's not compulsory to finish. When I was in part 2, I was in the biology department, and honestly speaking, we didn't have time to ourselves. Every morning, lectures from morning till 1, you go to the hostel, eat something, whether you can find something, by 2 o'clock you are back. You are in the lab from 2 o'clock to 5 every day. Before you can compare the result, the report, it is already like, oh God, it was not easy. And I was also reading the education. And I didn't have time at all to look at those handouts that psychology lecturer gave us. Here was I. Tomorrow is the exam. And our own exam that time is not like you fail and you carry over. It's not like that. We do what we call all-magnitude. Every paper you start the session, you write exam once in the session, you fail, you repeat. What do I do? I borrowed handouts from my friends. And I remember I sat down like this around 5 in the evening or the tomorrow morning till I left the next day. Just let me just get something to write. And you know what? When the results came out, I scored an A in that psychology paper. But honestly speaking, I was telling you, when topics in that psychology that we did that year is mentioned, I don't know anything about it. I only fired something. I remember I read something. Those that I cannot learn, I memorize them. Before you know it, I wrote the exam, I passed. Till today, those areas are my weak areas in psychology. So have I learned it? Did I learn it?
No.
So I want to define you what is meaningful learning. And you will see that this is a building, isn't it? Can you see this building? Even if there is a plaster on this wall, but you will know in your mind that there are blocks that were used in building this structure. Am I correct? Now the blocks that were used, did they just pour it? What did they do? It is properly, each block, you can see this block now, each block was individually attended to.
Yes.
Is that the block that they didn't touch?
No.
Every single block that made up this building was personally, if this is a person, was individually attended to. And it was placed and aligned to other blocks. Is that what so?
It is.
They took their thing, they measured, they do, then they stabilized it, then they came part of it. The next block, the same thing was done. The next block, the same thing was done. Now, as the person continued to put one block on another block, on another block, what did we see happening? The structure grew. And so, knowledge, meaningful learning happens when new concept is properly inculcated to the existing knowledge structure of the mind. What did I say? When new concept is what? Is properly inculcated into what we call the body of knowledge that you have. Then that concept has been learned meaningfully. Now, thank God for our forefathers, even academically. A lot of research went on, isn't it? For them to come out with these things that are talking about. So there are some psychological theories that we will consider this morning and that brought us to where we are. The theory of learning, there is what we call learning, isn't it? The theory of learning, in psychology we call it cognitivism. Cognition. Right? Cognitivism. That is dealing with how humans learn. Now, closely related to it is the theory of behaviorism. Now, what does the theory of behaviorism tell us? That is, a teacher is around and is disseminating knowledge, and the learners are changing their behavior based on what the teacher is doing. Now, for those of you that did some psychology at the NC level, degree level, all of that, you remember the story of the theory of B.S. Skinner, Pavlov's theory that, operant conditioning, you bring food to the dog, because the dog saw food, it salivates. Alright? So we are talking about operant conditioning now, and I say, okay, even if you keep away the food, bring a bell, ring the bell, present the food, the dog salivates. If you do that for a while, even if you didn't bring the food yet and ring the bell, the dog knows that the food is coming later. That's so you condition. So this theory of teaching puts the teacher in the center of the teaching activity. Right? The teacher is the center. And what does that imply? It means that the teacher is the expert. And all the learners are waiting on the teacher for what he will bring. And so, most of the time, the learners are passive. They are passive learners. Their role is not considered important in the learning process. Right? That's great. But there is another theory that came up by Piaget. I don't know if you must have heard of Piaget before. Right? Piaget. Apart from the developmental stages that he did, he also did a theory of adaptation. Adaptation. What is the theory of adaptation teaching? That the learner is actively involved in the learning process. Now, in behaviorism, the learner is passive. Isn't it? And that is the kind of method that many of us are used to. You come to class, you lecture, when you finish, you go. The students, no participation, no involvement. But Piaget said no, that every person responds to stimuli that come to his senses from the environment. And that response is what brings about learning. So that is the theory of adaptation. And he said, according to Piaget, adaptation has two processes. The first one is called assimilation. Assimilation. The second one is called what? Accommodation. How do they operate? Now, did you see there is a lot you can learn from this building? Did you see here now?
Yes.
Solid wall. But when the building was in progress, they made a space here. Right?
Yes.
Made a space here. For what? For the window. And so when the window was brought in, what did they do? They only fitted it into the space that was already provided. And so there is no struggle because there is a space that this window will fit in. In the same way, the mind assimilates concept. If there is room provided for it, and I'll give you an example just now. In English, you start teaching from the letters of the alphabet, am I correct? So, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, all of that. When that one has been learned, you don't move a little step further. You want to start forming words, beginning with 2-letter words. If A sounds as A, B sounds as B. So if you put A and B, what does happen now? Say A, correct? A and D, A. Now, why is it convenient to learn A? What is making it convenient? Because they have learned the letters of the alphabet and have assimilated it. Isn't it? So when this formula of words are coming now, is coming to learn on something that has already been known. Assimilation. But there are situations where a new concept is coming, and inside the mind there is nothing. And when a new concept is coming in the mind, if there is something that resembles that thing sometime somewhere, the thing will click. Assimilation. But this time there is nothing anywhere to assimilate. Judges said, in that case, something else must happen. What must be done? Accommodation. Let me give you another example. Now, I was where we slept. This morning we had to go and eat. And as I was sitting down in that room, my eyes, I just looked at the wall. And I saw that, sometimes, if there was a door here before, sometimes there's a door here before, isn't it? Then you want to close it up. No matter how you plaster it, it will show. Isn't it? So I saw some things like that. Then my mind I said, okay, formally this place. And because the way this one is up like that, this must be a window here before. I saw the other one, it came down, I said, okay, that must be a door that is closed. Okay, that must be a door. In the same way, we can create a window here. Is that also? If you want to create a window, you want to do. We have to chisel out space. We have to chisel out space so that the window frame can be fitted inside. Now, when we are doing that, according to them, what are we doing? What are we doing? That's accommodation, isn't it? There is no space for it. It couldn't have entered. Was it for let us do something? Then we chisel out the place, and then place it there. Now, that also happens in the process of learning. That if there is no existing structure for the new concept to land and be fitted to, you can do what we call accommodation. Right? Now, many of the trouble we are having today is our failure to follow this procedure. And I will give you an example quickly. Now, if you read the National Policy on Education, primary school, one of the aims of primary school is to teach literacy, permanent literacy and numeracy. Isn't it? So in primary school, the child should have been able to read very well. The child should know what is a verb, a noun, adjective, pronoun, all of that. In primary school, the child should have already learned punctuation marks. Isn't it? When you put comma, what is full stop. My father taught me all of that divided by one. Punctuation mark, exclamation mark, all of that. Then he goes to secondary school, JS1. And in JS1, you are beginning to teach some complex composition. Isn't it? You read a long story and then to test comprehension, answering some questions and all of that. You are testing how to do summary and all of that. Now a child has come to JS1. The truth remains that this child cannot read. Do you have people like that around here also? Yes. You have a place. The child cannot read. That is the truth. But the syllabus says comprehension, and then you are going to write one long story with big words. The child cannot read. So that means there can never be assimilation. There can be assimilation. So what do you think we ought to do at that point? Where should we go to? To what? We should try accommodation, isn't it? This child cannot read. And because he cannot read, he cannot do all of this comprehension, he can't do summary, he cannot do anything. Then when we do the expressor, when I have to say, hey, if you do like that, when the inspectors come, when the inspectors, they tell the inspectors that these children cannot read. Whatever we are doing now, they can't follow. And because they cannot read in English, the social studies lecturer is in trouble. I mean, the one teaching integrated science is in trouble. The person teaching whatever it is in trouble because of this thing. So I told them, I said, we have tried it before in our teachers' conferences like this, because when I was talking about making this state, if we make it, if the whole Plateau state gather, we have resources to facilitate that meeting. We have gone to the Ogun State twice, and in the Ogun State, all the state government closed down schools, they gave them midterm break. And we went, our resource spaces went in a long postal bus from all over the country. We came and we were following the senatorial district. So if Plateau State give us their teachers, all of them, at no cost at all. I'm the small boy among them. If I say to sir, Plateau State we should come, it doesn't cost you anything. All the handouts, all the materials, well, at no cost. We run such programs. We go to Ogun State twice. We go to Enugu State. We go to Akwa 2 times. We go to the whole of Enugu State at one time. Which state again was that? Delta. Yes, we go to Delta. All the states, primary school, secondary school, all of them. So when the inspector come, tell them that this is the kind of, and in that our training, we also train teachers for those that come to us for 2 weeks. And one of the things we teach them is phonics or phonics, whichever one it is. And they have applied it. Teachers that came to us have applied it, and in 2 months, 3 months, a child can read. So I'm asking a question. If you dedicate one term, just one term, and concentrate on ability to read, don't you think we are helping ourselves? That is just accommodation. It was not there. Create space for it to accommodate it. You are teaching mathematics. This child doesn't know how to add. My friend was transferred from Akwanga to Achu one of those times, and he said, he went there as a master. He said, hey, let me concentrate in primary 6, so that We prepared them for common entrance. We went to primary 6. ABCD, this student do. Mathematics teacher. This student, even to do addition of numbers from 1 to 10, they cannot. They say it's lack of self to do simultaneous equation, a character, x squared minus 2y. You are wasting your time. Wasting your time. If assimilation cannot work, do what? Accommodation. The accommodation. That's what the Piaget advocated. Now, there is another theory of learning that is called Constructivism. Constructivism. What is the meaning of that? But you can see construct. Yes. I think we are really beautiful learning now. Constructivism. Let me demonstrate constructivism for you very quickly. This is what I'm asking. Please, can you all see this bag?
Yes.
All right. So the assignment question is there now. Just write one sentence about anything you have seen in this bag. Just write anything. Just write one thing. One sentence. One sentence. One sentence. One sentence. Just one sentence. You finish?
Yes.
Very good. All right. Now I have brought this back. What did you write? The bag is brown. So what did you write? A handbag. What did you write?
The bag is brown.
What did you write?
It is a brown bag.
It is a brown bag. What did you write?
The bag has 2 colors.
The bag has 2 colors. What did you write?
The bag is small and brown in color.
Now, did you see that all of them, they are writing things that are different. True of us?
True.
And what they wrote and read to us, which of them is not correct?
All of them are correct.
All of them are correct, isn't it? Now, was it me that shouted to them that, you see this bag, it's brown, no, write it like that? Is it me that shouted like that? How did they get it?
Look at the bag.
So, the response, a stimulus was presented and they responded to it, isn't it?
Yes.
So the meaning that came out was what their mind constructed. So that is the meaning of what? Constructivism. And I displayed that knowledge is constructed by individuals as they relate with their environment. Knowledge is constructed. Every student, every person you see, once you see something in the environment, your mind goes to interpret what is this thing, and you give it your definition and you give it a meaning as you construct it in your mind. So we call it what? What do you call the theory? Constructivism. Now, as you build your knowledge from birth, does it grow? Does knowledge grow?
Yes.
Each person has a growing structure of knowledge in his or her mind. So, that growing body of knowledge in the mind of an individual is what we call the cognitive structure. Cognitive structure. The body of knowledge that individual has in his or her mind is known as the cognitive structure. It therefore means then it follows automatically that knowledge is a building, isn't it? Yes, knowledge is a building. Knowledge is like a building. Knowledge is like a building. Knowledge is a building. Now, if knowledge is a building, and that this building is principally a factor of the individual, all right? Yes. That means that the teacher must recognize that he is not the one building the knowledge. Who does the building? The learner. The learner builds his own knowledge structure. If that is the case, as it is the case, that means that the teacher, at his best, can provide an environment, should provide an environment that encourages such building, such construction. And all I needed was to provide this instrument and allow you to form your knowledge and all of that. The teacher should create an environment that encourages the construction of knowledge in the learners. In the learners. Does our traditional lecture method fit into what we are talking about here now? Huh? Does it fit in? That the teacher comes, talk, I see you tomorrow, I come to you tomorrow, talk, I see you next Monday. Does it fit into this matter? And in that case, the teacher now acts as a guide. As a guide by his side. The teacher acts as a guide by his side. It is different from the traditional method of teaching, where the teacher is regarded as the sage on stage. The one that knows it all on stage. We are shifting from there now to where the teacher is now what? Just what? A guide by his side. And I'll tell you the reason why the teacher should be a guide by the side shortly. Now, I will the reason why the teacher acts as a guide by the side is simple. In science, there is what we call alternative conceptions or misconceptions. That is, you are giving a meaning to a phenomenon that is outside the realm of science. And it happens easily, that is it. Let me give you what the child said about the cow. The child's perception of the cow. The child said that the cow has two horns. And that with these two horns, he is going to scare away anybody who is trying to come near the lake.
Yes.
Then the cow has a long tail. And at the end of the day, there is a brush. There is a brush. And with this brush, it prevents flies from entering the milk. So you can see its only interest is in the milk, isn't it?
Yes.
So both the tail and the horn, they are just there to protect the milk. But is that the correct use of the horn and the tail?
Yeah.
So in the same way, when students are led to construct meaning, sometimes they may construct the meaning outside what is scientifically agreed. The teacher comes in. No, this is this, is this, is this. Just a guide by the side. Now, if we are to encourage this construction of learning, knowledge by students, it means that the teacher must go on the lookout to vary the teaching method in such a way that students can construct their meaning by themselves. If we have time, we will discuss a few of them. So the methodology must change from the traditional teacher-centered approach to the more meaningful student or learner-centered approach. Now, we having known that learning is a construction of the mind of the learner. Research are everywhere going up and down to research. How do we encourage students to build their knowledge? And various methods are advocated. One of them is cooperative learning. You know cooperative learning, where students learn in small groups with assigned goals. Many years ago, we were in school. We were in the biology class, and some of my mates, they are coming from the teachers' college, and we are all there reading biology. And I remember one day, one man, his name is Samson. Yes, sir, I have a question. I said, yes, got the question. He said, sir, some of these words that you are writing, simplify it for us. We don't, they are too difficult for us to catch. And the lecturer said, there is nothing you can do about it. You just spend time and learn it, because when they get the name chromosome, I was not there. And I cannot bring the word chromosome and turn it to something else. Alright? Now, why am I giving this example now? It is that when the teacher is the only one that will say, chromosome, what kind of thing is this? But if you were to have a cooperative, give them the task. And you know, in that small group, they must talk to chromosome, isn't it? Many times. As they are discussing and using the diction of the subject, they get more used to it. Alright? Get more used to it. And research has shown that cooperative learning yields more results than the individualistic method of learning. So there are various methods by which you can apply cooperative learning. One of them is concept mapping. And it's amazing that concept mapping as a strategy for teaching. How many of you have had concept mapping before? Just by the hearing of the ear. One person. 2 persons. Now, if you take the percentage of these 2, you just have like maybe 20%. And even if the class was larger than this, you will still have the same result. Unfortunately, this method of teaching has been around since 1977. Somebody said, this method of teaching has been around since 1977, where J.D. Novak and Wynne employed it in teaching. Now, what is the basis of the concept mapping? You know, knowledge is broken down to small bits, isn't it? The smallest bit of knowledge, you call it concepts. The concept of atom, the concept of family, the concept of that. Okay? Now, it is believed that you will have a clearer understanding of the concept if you know how that concept relates to other concepts. The more you know the relationship between one concept and the other concept, it enhances understanding. For example, if I want to talk about the ecosystem, for example, that's a big word for many of us, isn't it? The ecosystem. But if you get to know that what they are calling ecosystem is just the interaction of living things and non-living things in an environment, is ecosystem. Right? Now, your knowledge of living things and non-living things will enhance the understanding of ecosystem. Correct?
Yes.
Now, if you get to know that these living things are talking about, they are not different from plants and animals. You know that a mango is a plant. True of us.
True.
So if you understand mango, you understand plant a little better, isn't it? You also know that, oh, not only mango do we have other plants that are different, imperatas, imbrica. You know, so as you understand one concept, if you know the relationship with other concepts, it makes it easier for you to learn. Now, when you learn also that the mango tree depends on oxygen to survive, does it? Does it?
Yes.
So your knowledge of oxygen will also enhance you the knowledge of the plant. So knowledge is linked. One concept is linked to the other. And the linkages between concepts, when you understand them, your knowledge has a chance of growing to be more stable and more meaningful. Concept mapping. So in concept mapping, you are putting concepts in the hierarchies and joining them with lines and making comments. It's a method of teaching that enhances performance very, very seriously. Now there is another method called scaffolding. Scaffolding is a method of teaching. What is the meaning of scaffolding in your normal usage? Blindfolding. I didn't say blindfold, I said scaffold. Yes, sir. All right. You must have seen that some person that build it. When the building is at this level, you carry block, put. But when the thing has risen like this, you carry block and do like this again.
No.
What do you do now? You look for a platform. You climb on it, and then you continue building. What is the sense behind that? It is that what ordinarily you could not do, but because of this provision of scaffold, you are able now to do what you cannot do. So this scaffold has given you an advantage, even of height. Alright? So that your hand can now reach somewhere that ordinarily you could not have reached by yourself. And so we borrowed it and brought it back to teaching. We said, okay, in the given classroom, there are students that before you say that they finish, they have got it fast. And there is other one that we have to talk to, you have to repeat it, change this one, do this one, like that. Before you start catching it small. Do you have some students in your class too?
Yes.
So research has shown that if you form a heterogeneous group, when I say heterogeneous, means a group of different kinds of people, those sharpshooters that catch it quickly, you put them there, one or two. You look for those that are in the middle class, catch them, one or two, put them there. Then you look for one backbencher that anytime they are in class, you say, let them be doing their time, going there and not part of that. So anytime you do test and you put result, his name is coming and you last. Such ones carry him and put there, give them what to do. The research results show that these low learners, they catch up. Their performance improves. Right? What is improving it now? He is able to ride on the back of the sharpshooters. And what he is unable to do by himself that time, he is now able to do it. Scaffolding, using them as scaffold. Research also has shown that learners, they learn quicker, more efficiently when they teach themselves. Right? But that is understandable, isn't it? If I came here and started bombarding you with some serious psychological theories here now, they say, what I expect, he is a lecturer, he has the lecturing seat. So if you don't know it, you say, you be here, man, you need to try. That one is the lecturer. But if you see your classmate, you see your classmate, you know it is more challenging, isn't it? You say, this one is my classmate. I want to that college. It will motivate even the superior learners to jump. Scaffolding. There are many methods like that are documented in literature. Just to bring a few of them, I know that now the jigsaw cooperative learning, I'm not sure I've heard of it before, even by the hearing of the year. The jigsaw cooperative learning. I don't mean the jigsaw that is used to cut a wood. The jigsaw as a method of teaching. Now this method of teaching has been around since 1981. Since 1981. Now the history of this method, in America, there is school for the whites. There is school for the blacks and the colored. But you know they are the father of democracy and the human rights. So there was a program they called the segregation of schools. That desegregation of schools meant that let the white child and the black child and the colored child, let them read, let them study together in the same environment. It is segregated, so there's no longer a special school for white and there's school for blacks. But you know what happened after them? When they put them together in the same class, we discovered that fight. The white man, the white child look at the black man, call him, you don't do anything, monkey. And the other concentrated, so they will fight. So fight was going on in the classroom, on the corridor, in the field, and the fight was already going to the community already. So you call my child, monkey, you will see that the fight was everywhere. So what Professor Elliot sat down, what do we do? What do we do? He said, all right, he had an idea. And he came up with his team on this jigsaw cooperative learning. And what were they going to do? They will take a material for a lesson like this and divide it into 5 parts. Alright? 5 parts. So this class, I will not divide it into I wish I had all the time, but I've just demonstrated it. Now those parts, I will give part 1 to this, part 2 to this, 3 to this, 4 to this, 5 to that. They are the same group. The part of this person is different from this person, different from any other part. Correct?
Yes.
I will do that for every group of 5. Every group of 5. Every group of 5. Each person is holding a different portion of the same root, of the same work. Right? Now, that group that have the different parts is what Elliot called the home group. Home group. What we mean is that this group and that group and that group, they have the same materials, isn't it? In this group, that is discussing with part 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is that so? In this group, there will be somebody with part 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That group, there will be somebody with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That group, the same thing throughout the class. Correct?
Yes.
Now, that group will scatter it. When I say talk, all of those that have materials bearing 1 come to this side. So the person with 1 here, 1 here, 1 here, 1 here, 1 here, will form a group. Now all their materials is 1, isn't it? So then 2 to that side, 2 to that side, 3 to this side, 4 to that side, 5 to this side. So we have succeeded in creating 5 groups now. Each of them, they have the same material in their hand. So we call that group the expert group. Right? That's all right? Discuss among yourselves your material. Each group will discuss among themselves the part that they have. Then discuss it, understand it properly. They will tell it. They say, all right, come back to the original group, the whole groups. They have come again now. 5, 5, 5. And so each person, you are the one that have part number 1, you are the expert in that area. You will stand up, you will teach your group members, your part, and sit down. You will, number 2, will stand up, you teach the group, her own part, sit down. Number 3, the same thing. Number 4, the same thing. Number 5, the same thing. You know what that means? It means that this person that has part number 1 can never say that I don't have the need of the person that has number 5. Because if you do, you will miss part of the something. Huh? The person that has number 2 cannot say, I don't want to listen to the person that has number 4. Because if you do, you will miss part of the lesson, isn't it? In that way, the first thing that happened was that the fight ceased. Because this person now knows that he needs this person to survive. Huh? This one knows that he needs this person to survive. So the trouble finished, first of all. But amazingly, it also improved performance very greatly. The matter of academic attainment from that method increased very, very sharply. Those that are slow learners, they came up very, very significantly. So since then, it has been a method of teaching that have been in use, like I said, since 80s. And I bet you many people haven't even heard about it yet in the hearing of the year. Not to talk of trying it before. Now, all of this that we are talking about how do we enhance meaningful learning. Okay? In your lesson plans, there is something you write about previous knowledge. Previous knowledge. So let's discuss. This previous knowledge is what is it?
The knowledge they have before, the knowledge that we already got before the lesson or the one we will learn.
Okay, very good. Yes, any other input? Any other input? The previous knowledge. Now, if we have agreed, like we did, that knowledge is like a building, I think we get to that point, isn't it? Yeah. And that is being constructed like a building. Then we must look again. How is a building constructed? Yes, sir. Accumulative method. Okay? Assimilative. All right, we start to what Pierre told us. Now, do we begin a building? You say, this hall. We don't mind. We can do the foundation later. But we can start doing it from here. Anytime we like. We can go and do the foundation tomorrow. Is it like that?
No.
How do we normally do it?
You start the foundation
From the foundation, isn't it? And one block on top of another, linked to another, isn't it? So if knowledge is like a building, it then means that there must one concept must link to the next, to the next, to the next, and as a linking concept to concept, concept to concept, a knowledge structure is doing what? Is growing. Is growing. Previous knowledge. Now, I'll give you another example of English. In mathematics, the same thing happens. If people score 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, when they wasting their time?
No.
Now, when they have finished learning that one, what's the next thing now?
5, 6.
You can begin to add numbers, isn't it?
Yes.
1 plus 1 is equals to. If they didn't learn 1, 2, 3, 4, can they learn 1 plus 1? No. And if they didn't learn 1 plus 1, can they learn 2 minus 1? And if they didn't learn all of this, can they learn 3 times 5? Can they learn 5 divided by 3? Can they learn fractions? One step after another. One block on top of another block. One concept linking to another concept. And the building is growing. Previous knowledge. Now, if you have done a building to this point, and then you left and went home. When you come next time, where do you start from? Starting from the right, because this one was already there. That's the reason why the way the syllabus is made is made so that You know, the way it is spiral curriculum. You begin from simple to complex and all of that. And that's for another day. But what you learned before is a foundation for what you are going to learn now. Isn't it? What you learn today forms the foundation for what you will learn the next lesson. So in the previous knowledge, we are supposed to recount. Okay, you want to teach quadratic equation. What knowledge does the learner have already to help him assimilate this quadratic equation? So okay, the students have been taught the simultaneous equation, this, so we are moving now to quadratic equation. That means the ride is smooth and going. Sometimes I've gone to see my students at the practice and they say the topic is transportation, means of transportation. Road transport, air transport, land transport, all of that transport. So I'm checking their previous knowledge. Check the students have been seeing cars on the road. And when they ride like that, I'll carry my red line and I'll put a question mark. And I say, how did you know? How do you know? What did they really see car on the road? So that brings us to the fact of saying, you don't assume previous knowledge. Don't assume it. Make sure that you are sure that the students have known this. And the only way you can be sure is your interaction with them. Either from the previous lesson. Sometimes you can generate previous knowledge by a test. Sometimes when I go to class for the first time, I say, test. Say, hey, I don't know what anything is a test. That test is not for any assessment. It is for me to know where I am. So that I can know where to start. If you are used to attending workshops, when you go in the morning, they give you one questionnaire to fill. What you want to do, fill the questionnaire. Most of the time, you don't know what they are doing, so you don't even know the answer. So sometimes they are scoring 1/50. They keep it aside. When they finish the training, they bring back the same questionnaire. Now you have done the training, so you have known the answer. The difference between the very good and the very bad is the training now. Yeah. Isn't it? And that person you did now determines your level where you were, your previous knowledge. Or you can just do an interview as you were in class and just ask questions, what do you understand by this and this, what do you have to do this, that. As you respond, it gives you an idea of what their previous knowledge has been. Previous knowledge is very important. Now, in addition to that is the reason why to miss a lesson is very grievous. Because the lesson you have missed now, and you have to continue on this side, the student will never be able to connect what you are doing now to what has been. So that gap, from that point forward, you have crippled that student. Because there will be no sense anymore. Alright? And it becomes worse. If, for example, in primary 1, what you were supposed to do for the pupils, you have not done. And then you promoted the students that they are not in primary 2. You have created a very serious problem for a teacher in primary 2. Because what he is doing will not catch. Alright? And as it continues to higher level, it's a problem. To university, it's a problem. And that's why you are having the troubles that are, because there is no flow, there is no there is no systematic building of the child's cognitive structure. Please take that very important. Don't go to school and say, monitor, come. Tell them people to be reading from page 30. They are gone. They are gone. So when you come back next time, no connection. So previous knowledge, very, very important. Now there is a Uzubel story. What does Uzubel? I don't call it Uzubel. It's Uzubel. Uzubel's story, what does it say? Uzubel said, what is lacked depends on what the learner already knows. True of course. What is lacked depends on what the learner already knows. If somebody came here and started speaking French, no matter how good thing he say, you don't understand anything.
No.
Because you don't know French. So what is lacked depends on what the learner already knows. That again took us to remind us of what the teaching this previous knowledge is. A gap in the learning process creates lack of understanding, or at best gives rise to rote learning. No rote learning. Just memorize facts. Just say, just close your eyes and just say. You don't know what to do because there is no link between one concept or the other in your mind. So all you can do is just to memorize. And we go to promote rote learning in our students. Is that what we're looking for?
No.
We are looking for meaningful learning, where one concept is joined to the other, and it grows. The cognitive structure grows that way. Now, what you are saying is, what is learned depends on what the learner already knows. Is it? What if the learner doesn't already know something about what you want to teach now? Yeah, does it happen like that?
Yes.
Can it happen like that? Very good. It does. But you already know that if the learner does not have a background to what you want to teach now, and you say, anyway, after I say, and you continue, what did I say before? You have just wasted your time because you will never catch. So you just say no. In the event that the learner does not have the background to what you want to teach, you should use what we call advanced organizers. Advanced organizers. What is an advanced organizer? Advanced organizer is putting something in place, alright, to enable what you want to teach now to find the space to sit in the child's mind. And what you want to teach is far away from where the student is. Usually possess that. Come back to where the learner is and brush him up to give him an idea, so that when you have brought him to a certain place, you cannot bring this thing that you are going to teach. Advanced organizers. Advanced organizers. There is I'm putting this illustration to many people, and we do it all the time. In those days, in the 90s, we still have this Cooperative program in our college, where the students, when they come, these sparkler students, these old teachers, when they come, if any of you is that class, you are the youngest in that group. You see, grandfathers are coming. They want to go upgrade their to SC. And I was the one that teaching them science. Huh? So we learned that place open and say, and the syllabus, there was this topic, kinetic theory of matter. Kinetic theory of matter. Where I'm supposed to telling the relationship between the temperature of the gas, the pressure, the volume, and all of that. So we write a formula like P1, V1, all over T1 is equal to P2, all over T2. So, is this what you do in this class today? So that morning, I said, Tom, trouble has just come. So I started to play. I said, all of you, breathe in, they breathe out, they breathe out. Breathe in again, they did, breathe out, they did. That's what at least they do. Is that also? Is anybody strange to that one? No. So I now went for that. I said, hey, if you don't follow this balloon that children used to blow, they say, yes. I think you should keep putting air. You 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 keep putting air. What happened to the lecturer? He said, it's the boss. He said, hey, it's the boss. I said, okay, we are coming now. We are coming. I said, are you familiar with this bottle thing, this empty thing? When they drink bottle finish the empty thing, and you know it has a cover that you press. I said, okay, if you carry that bottle thing and put it on your stove, and you light the fire, and the fire, you keep putting the fire, eventually, what will happen? It will, you see that, it will burst. Now, when I got the attention, then we started talking. And when it was cold, it didn't burst. But when temperature increased, it bursted. What happened? Tell me that at that time the material couldn't contain it again. What happened? It means the volume has increased. And so we had the class instead of it became interesting. If I continue now, we not be interesting. If you don't know chemistry, I said you will continue to go. Then you cannot draw the relations between when temperature increase, volume will increase. When temperature increase, pressure will increase. Then you start to play according. Now, if I get to class that day, and I said, today, kinetic theory of matter, I wrote it there. I said, yes, I went to charge law. The volume of the universe of gas will, what happened that day? The whole thing will just scatter. Isn't it? So, all of those arrangements I did at the background to bring them up to where I wanted to be. And all of this happened in less than 10 minutes. Alright? What did what's they call it? You call it advanced organizers. And this I want to ask all of us, Christian teachers. You know that for your interaction with these students that are sitting before you, you know that they have gaps. They have serious gaps. And those gaps that they have is not giving you space to do what you are supposed to do now. What do I advocate? It means that serious labor has to follow. When you have finished your government hour, create space. And I know there will be such space. Is that not so? I have a son in the University of Georgia, and he's doing something, business, to make more money. I said, see, Yeah, in the faculty of law. Okay. How are you coping? You are doing this to do more money and your lectures and all of that. I told you something that I'm not going to quickly forget. He said that everybody does something else. I said, what do you mean? He said, some students can watch movie for 2 hours. Huh?
Yes.
Others can go and watch football match for 2 hours. So he said everybody does something else. He doesn't watch movie. He doesn't watch football. So he's on something else. It's this business. Of course, I have to agree with you. That means that apart from the normal official time, there is always time for something else. Why can't you cash in on that time? Draw those students that have some deficiencies and need to fill those gaps from where they miss it. So that when you come to class, you are brought into a place where you can continue your current issues. If you don't, those areas will become their weak points for life. And once something is missing, the whole other subject is in trouble already. Yeah? When Samson was going to kill the beast, that day, was it every wall he was pushing down? Yeah? You always show the pillar when the building is hinged on top, and once he pushed that pillar, the whole of that building collapsed. So it's the same thing with our subjects. When I took my daughter to one of the brothers to help her straighten some mathematics issue so she can write common entrance, can you imagine? The brother said there are certain rules that you need to know about indices. That once you know those rules, you can do anything. And he concentrated in teaching this girl who was in primary 5 then those rules of indices. And when she got it, the brother gave her a wired question, and she could solve it. And in primary school, because the rules were taught her. Now, you don't know these basic rules. How can you apply it to higher order? You cannot. And that's even the problem of our reading. Our reading. Many of the students that we have now in primary, secondary schools, they don't even know how these letters even sound. The rules of forming words, they don't know. It was it this year? This year, I was sitting in a class where we invite teachers for training, and I sat with them. They are saying diagram, triagram, whatever gram. I said, oh, like that? I didn't know. Now when you say letter A sounds Abi. Then that's one letter. But there could be 2 letters, AI. So you can say A. That AI stands as 1. So you call it diagram. That's what I didn't know. So if the child doesn't know those rules, how can he apply it to it? You just be like a child who will just carry English leader. Father, mother, the father is sitting under the tree, and the tree is helping leaves, and there's a cat. When you do that test for that child's hand, and you write tree on the ground, it doesn't know that this is tree. So what learning is that? You don't learn. We don't want to encourage not learning. We want to encourage meaningful learning. A learning where one concept draws on the other. So I want to charge you. As you go back to your school now, you will see students that obviously have gaps in their background. Do your best to use extra time meaning small labor now. I mean, those that are doing so will not mean that someone will suffer for a while. Those that are selling beer, that will suffer for a while. Those that are doing what again? Donut will suffer for a while, so that we can fit these gaps. Now, there is something that I know happens to me as a teacher. Once I go to class and I'm well prepared for the lesson, and I go to the class, I go class utterance, and the lesson comes out well. When I'm going out, something that I feel very light, I feel very happy, I feel very joyous, I feel very, my joy does not know any boundary. So I want to charge you again and again. Go now and begin to pursue meaningful learning. Discouraged by every means, wrong learning. And by doing that, we are going to be doing a lot of advanced organizers, as Usman propounded. So, that is where we will stop this seminar.